So this is Jared, and this is Patrick. And these two have traveled all over Japan. For the last 3 months, they've gone from all the way from the north of Japan to the very bottom south part of Japan. So if anyone knows about what it's like to travel with bags, these are the guys. But today they're making a pit stop in Kagawa to test one of our tiniest compact bags, the Lauff, to see if they can fit everything they need for the daily basis into this tiny bag, and to see how comfortable and lightweight it feels throughout the day. And they're going to be taking the bags all the way from the downtown shopping center to one of the most well-known gardens in all of Japan called Serene Garden to finish the day surrounded by nature. And at the end, we're going to see if this bag is meant for more of the city life or more for nature. So with that being said, let's let the one-day bag test begin. So up to this point, what bag have you been using on your trip?
Up to this point, I've been using just a pretty compact over-the-shoulder bag. Because, you know, we're traveling around for 3 months, it's pretty, you know, foldable, mashable, which pros and cons. It's obviously very small, but at the same time, the structure, the lack of structure gets really annoying. Not too divisible use, basically it's just a bag that you're stuffing everything in, so that's the second downside is you can't really separate a whole lot, maybe just little trinkets up top, but outside of that, it's just a big bag you have to ruffle through. And
today we brought the Lauff bag, and they're gonna go over some of the features here. This is actually made for photographers, a very compact bag. If you can tell inside the interior, they have the cushions, kind of the same.
Luggage structure.
Yes, and then they have the divider that can come off, and you can place it anywhere along this strip. This is gonna be your bag for today. Would you rather have a green one or a black one?
We'll go with green.
Green?
It's a
neutral color.
You know, neutral, and I'll blend into the environment a little bit better, right?
So before heading out today, I gave them all one big challenge to fit everything they need for one day in Japan in a single bag. And their first impressions was this bag was pretty small. But once they started packing it, that opinion didn't last long. That's when they realized it actually had a more roomy interior than they expected. So after packing their bags, I asked them what their daily essentials were. You were first behind the camera. This is right. Jared, and he's now packed his bag for today's adventure as well. And you have the black version of the Lauff bag. So what did you pack today?
First, I packed in the outer pocket here, I've got battery pack and cable. My phone doesn't necessarily hold a charge all day.
Okay.
So that comes in handy. And then on the inside, I've got sunscreen.
Okay, want me to hang on to it or?
Sure.
Okay.
And then I've got some sunglasses in case I need that. And then I have a 360 camera that I like to use. And then I've got a hat in case it's been getting colder. And then I've got some gum and an extra battery for my my camera in case I need that.
Cool.
Oh, there's other pockets in here. You know, it's brand new.
I have space.
So there's these other pockets. You know what? I could probably optimize how I do this for sure because you can, you know, move this around or whatever. But yeah, I like that. Okay, because this could fit over here probably in this little pocket.
Would you like to show kind of what you packed?
Yeah, so this is kind of a normal, at least for me, this is a pretty normal trip. We're getting a little cold. Always got to get the hat in there. And then from there, a couple of things. I'm diabetic, so I'm gonna blood sugar meter. Whoops, there goes that. A little bit of insulin. Sunny day, so some sunscreen.
Nice.
And then can't leave home without the headphones. Battery pack, of course.
Nice.
Because, you know, live on your phone 24/7, that's my motto. Not really. And then just a little bag for a little bit of medications, allergy, pain, whatever you need. Relatively full, especially once you get the hat in there.
Yeah.
But really it just kind of fits the perfect size for just like a convenient day pack.
Yeah.
I mean, most people might have snacks or something else in here, but yeah.
So compared to your normal black bag that's a little bit like twice as big, do you put more stuff in that bag, or is this kind of all you take on the day?
I think the only difference would be if it was like really cold weather and I felt like I needed to take an extra rain jacket or something, that would be maybe the only difference. But yeah, this is a pretty standard day. So normally with, you know, the bag, it's just kind of loose and bumping around, bouncing around. And so I do like that it's, number one, it's incredibly accessible compared to the other bag where it's just kind of throw your hand in the bag, dig around, feel around, and then you accidentally like pull something else out with the hat, and then my glasses go, or whatever it is, you know, and then just debate. So being able to see everything in an organized way, I really like that, and the structure. So far, it's, you know, comfortable as far as I can tell, right?
And it like sits really close up to your chest as well, so you don't have to have it so low.
Yeah, the benefit of like the one-arm strap is you can just swing it around. Even we'll keep it open and see if anything falls out. But yeah, you can just like swing it around, get what you need.
And that's one of the bag's biggest flex. Anything that compact that you want to bring for the daily can really fit inside this bag very effortlessly. Once we hit the shopping district, the Lauff design really showed its strengths. It sits close to your body and never bounces around, even if you're walking fast or surrounded by a lot of people. The Lauff strap was designed by action photographers who got tired of having pain in their shoulders. And after an hour within the shopping district, both guys had similar opinions about the bag.
So first off, it's comfortable, for sure. A thick strap is always helpful, right? Because you get plenty of support. And then, you know, you're not lugging around like a dumbbell, so it doesn't really matter in terms of like being able to pack this too tight. Overall, just the fit has been obviously like convenient, being able to access everything that I need, convenient and fast. So like overall, it's just been really comfortable as a day bag. We're just, you know, out here shopping. So overall, like I actually really enjoy it because it's the access that it gives and the comfort level. Obviously, it fits just everything that I need without too much. So yeah, overall, I'm pretty happy with it so far.
Yeah, same. I mean, like you were saying, it is comfortable. Like I didn't really, like I wasn't like thinking, oh, I've got a bag on, you know? Like, so I feel like that's, if you're not thinking about it, then you've done the right thing, right?
Yeah, that's true. The fact that you don't notice it is really kind of what you want. Because usually you only notice things when they're uncomfortable, when the shirt, when the collar's not straight, when there's a rock in your shoe, when the glasses are too heavy, whatever it is, right? So the fact that like walking around, not even thinking about it, is actually really nice. And I always like a place to rest my hands, so I actually
you could
kind
actually
of enjoy that without.
You could also rest your arm if you wanted to.
So I would say, like, as a day bag, I think it's perfect. If you're hiking a long distance, probably not. You probably want to carry a little bit more waters or treats or something like that, right? So, but yeah, just as like an everyday bag, it's perfect to just walk around.
After a little bit of shopping, we took him to Kagawa's most famous dish, udon, which is thick noodles and has a lot of broth. But the bag really looked like it fit the setting. Even at the table, the bag still found its place. It really just fits there without getting in the way. After lunch, we headed to Serene Garden, one of the most scenic spots in the city. Walking through the paths, Patrick and Jared were stopped constantly to take pictures. And even after the whole day of walking through the shopping district and spending more than enough time walking through the garden, they still did not feel any strain or pain on their shoulder. This bag is very lightweight, and even though it's not the biggest bag in the market, it's definitely something you can use on the daily. It was really nice to see that when they had to pull something out of the bag, it was almost instantaneous. They didn't have to open up a bag and fumble around looking for something. Everything was just right there. It was clear that the bag could keep up with the full day of moving around. All right, so we just moved from the city and we're walking around the garden. Impressions about the garden?
First off, the garden's gorgeous. I feel like it's just the right size. You're not gonna get exhausted walking around. And the diversity of things to see, just fantastic. The colors are starting to change on some of the trees.
Yeah, and I've noticed that you are still wearing the bag. Is it comfortable?
Yeah. I guess much like we were talking about earlier, it's just comfortable. You don't really notice that it's there. Also, because it is more compact, as it's sitting on your back or on your side or whatever, it's not like a huge spot for you to heat up. If it starts heating up during the day or whatever, you're not gonna get this big old, wet spot or whatever, because it's, getting in the way. So overall, it's been comfortable. It's been nice. I like to use it as the handrest. Convenient to slide it around. So I've actually been, pretty happy as a day bag, just to, carry stuff around and not notice.
So now it is Jared's turn. Now you actually have a different setup than Patrick. You have a backpack and an actual bag from Kawanishi together. So how's the combination working with you?
This actually works really well. So I have this set up because I have a 360 camera that I kind of added a little way to, so I have my, you'll see in the other video.
It's like an antenna?
Yeah, I look like I'm working for Google Maps, I've got my 360 camera sticking above my head, walking around.
Yeah.
It's obviously hard to get anything in my backpack.
Now, do you think it's better to have more of a thicker band than having a more thinner one?
I like the thick band. I mean, aside from any like durability questions, I like the thick band. It's more to hold on to, but also it just broadens the amount that it's resting on whichever shoulder you're using. Dispersing the load makes it just feel even lighter, right? Even less noticeable. Which, it is interesting that you bring that up because I didn't really notice how much exactly I use. I use this like just to rest my hands or whatever.
Yeah.
While I'm walking around, I guess it's a little weird to have my hands in my pockets, but I always feel like I gotta be doing something with my hands.
Nice to have this. It's lightweight and it really, it's behind, my backpack's over it, but that's not a problem. It's comfortable still. I had my my camera case for the camera and a few other things, like anything that I would need to get quickly.
And yeah, just you know, quick access like we talked about. So
I mean, you're
overall,
able
it's
to
been
like,
really.
you're able to pull out and take some quick snaps, I saw as well.
Yeah, you can swing it around. You know, for those that prefer to have like their phone, you know, in a bag or whatever, have the pockets empty or whatever. Yeah, just swing it around, open it up, boom, like camera's right there. So that's really nice. You don't have to think about it or, you know, wonder about accidentally dropping it while you're walking along or whatever, someone bumping it or someone taking it from you.
And our final question is, how much do you think this bag is?
That's a good question. I mean, based off of the build and the utility, I would say it's probably gotta be, you know, $70, something like that, at least.
Okay.
US.
US dollars.
Right?
I mean, based on just the waterproofing zippers, like I would think it was an expensive bag just because of that.
Okay.
Maybe like, I don't know, like $65.
So it is $125.
Okay.
Do you think that's a reasonable price?
Yeah, I would figure it's probably somewhere around that. Like, it's sturdy. There's no problems with the stitching. It even looks like we have, you know, some waterproofing on the zipper.
Yes.
So, you know.
And it's all
that's
handmade.
Actually, I was gonna say, oh, it's handmade.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I didn't know that. But yeah, I mean, it's just gorgeous. How it's stitched, the color, the fabric. I really like the color, but also the fabric.
Ballistic fabric.
Yes, ballistic material. So it's actually the same material that America uses for like bulletproof vests.
Oh, wow. Okay. So you're saying it could save my life?
Possibly. Like
If I put it right here over my heart.
don't
Save
try it.
I know.
My last question is, do you think this bag has an international market?
Yeah, I mean, anyone that needs to carry more than their phone in their pocket, I think it's great. And as a guy who doesn't want to carry around a purse all the time.
Even though it was technically designed by photographers, it's actually really good for people that want to have a small bag, lightweight, and can carry it from day to day. So thank you so much for watching again, and if you want to see more information about the Lauff bag, I actually have two different videos, one where my actual boss in Japanese explains the bag and I explain it in English, trying to match his mannerism, and the second one is more of a cinematic, more deep dive about the details of the bag. But today I just figured to do more of a first-hand experience and not just coming from someone who works for the company. So thank you for watching, and we will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.